completely built out to my first 4-foot reference. And right now, what I'm going to do, I'm taking off my 1/4 inch shim for the rear to make sure I have space. And it allowed me to build against it very strongly. So I'm just going to slide this out of the way. Before I did that, I went around and made sure every single piece is clicked in. You'll hear it pop. Sometimes you have to stand on it and really put force against it, pry, twist. Or they have pounding. They're like, I don't know, it's like a pounding device, but really it's just a piece of plastic with a handle. It kind of looks like a mud trowel, but it's thick plastic like this. Very rigid, but soft. And I also have a flooring hammer. Now they say, don't put it in with a flooring hammer. Oh my God, don't do that. All right, here we are. Sometimes you need the force to tack it in. The only thing is, let's see if, all right, we see that there's a lip there. And you see that it's dadoed, right? So we want to leave this, because this is like a compression click. It's kind of like acting as a vise or a clamp, because when the other one gets in, it snaps it in, okay? So if you ever have to push against it and use your hammer, you want to set the hammer up over the lip and against your top piece of vinyl, like this. Make sure you've got nice, flat, even, parallel grab. And obviously you should just go get the slapping tool for it. I have so many of these levels, I don't even care about if I hurt it. I don't think I will, because I'm actually smacking on the cross member. I won't smack near the level, and I won't smack anywhere in here. I'm just going to take it and tap, and I'm not even really putting much pressure. If these ever get too beat up, you can just unscrew them and replace them. Beautiful flooring hammers. Anyway, so what I do is I'll come in and I'll go right up on that corner and tap, but I make sure that I'm not, crossing over the lip. I want to be sitting on top of the lip and right up against that piece of vinyl. Anyway, and in there, I took my cat's paw and we just stand on it so that it holds pressure downward, and I just twisted my hand, rotated it, so it put pressure and forced it to pop in, and you'll hear it pop. Actually, you can't even see it pop in. And the way you can tell it's not set correctly is if it's still leaning like that, it's not settled all the way. Once it's settled all the way and you've heard the pop, that's when you know you're set. Okay, so I have my jam out. I have my chalk line. Now I'm going to reposition my floor. Basically, I want to take all of my other little spot jams or spot shims out. I'm going to take these starter boards, slide them over there. I've got one more little shim here. Okay, so now I'm free floating. I can move this around. It's clicked together everywhere, nice and sturdy. Let's clean it out real quick. I like to clean it with a leaf blower, but you've got to make sure your house has been blown out with this at least 6-7 times. You want to let the dust settle in between each blowout, and you want to get high, get all the dust everywhere before you rely on this as you go to. I like to open a back door, open a front door, figure out which way the wind is going, and then just blow all the dust towards wherever the wind is blowing. And you do that 4 or 5 times. You make sure you go from ceiling, walls, down the floors, get all your crevices and the cracks everywhere, in between, underneath the drywall, everywhere. Really, I vacuum twice before I even blow out the room. But that just helps me know that not even one little piece of dust is under this, because I'm not blowing a big massive dust. I'm just cleaning out any little crumbs that may have come from cutting or the box. You gotta be careful with that box too. That box has all kinds of stuff. When you pick them up, I like to take them. You might break there. That's a shaving from the factory. And I just check them. Like, look at that, right out of the factory, it's cracked. I found another one I can put in the comments. There was like heavy wood, cardboard box glue from the packaging got in the lip, and I tried to set it and I looked up and I had to cut all that glue out of there. So I took pictures of that, but just because I was amazed, this is luxury vinyl. They promote it to be, a top end brand, and they haven't had control over glue getting into the product when they box their stuff. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be picky about it, but I needed to let you know so that you can look out for it. Because any little tiny crumb underneath this or in between the gaps is just going to mess up the whole system. Okay. So I have my chalk line. It's very faint. You're not going to be able to see it, especially because I keep leaf blowing to keep it clean. But I have plenty of space to manipulate this and move it around to where I need it. Remember, only do this after you've guaranteed all around the whole perimeter and in between everything is clicked in tight. You want to stand in the middle and twist the outer perimeters in to click them in, and make sure you're tapping or setting these outer edges facing you, the ones that are going to be continuing on. You want to make sure those are nice and tight, so that when you pull on this, it's okay because it's clicked in. All right, here we go. So I have 5 1/4 over here, and don't tell me this is going to line up perfect. No, okay. So I'm at 4 13/16 over here. So that is quite a big difference, and I can't pull this towards me because it'll take too much. So what I have to do, I don't know how the hell this got offset, probably because I used and relied on that jam instead of relying on my starting line. This wall bellies out, it pops out right here, kind of concaves toward in the middle. There was a couple doorways there, so it made the wall belly out over time. And I think what happened is this took on that angle from the belly and it wrote that instead of my blue line that I should have ran. Silly boy. But I put control lines in, reference lines. So we can, now what I can do is I can cut this back until this side is at 5 1/4. It won't take much. We'll see if I can, probably can just push it in, but I will end up having to cut some room for expansion. Where are we at here? 5 1/16. So I need 3/16. Plus, I need to cut a good 1/8 of an inch in width. So that's 5/16. And I already got an 1/8 here. So what I'll do, I gotta try to get it straight. See if I can use one of these boards here. I will multi-tool. Multi-tool. Kind of sucks that I have to do this, but at least we're doing it, right? Just have to grab another blade, as this one is pretty well smoked. With these tools, you gotta remember to go all the way forward. The old ones, you didn't have to, but this one, that releases that bolt really easy. And the new ones also have a metal leverage pinion right there that will lock that in pretty good. Keep that forward, take my own blade, just give that some tension, lock it in. And just so I know I'm not making a big mess here. I think I can cut this with a blade. I really do. Yeah, that's a new blade. Let's see what I can do with this. Make some room for my hand. Yeah, I'll move you over here so you can see. So the reason I'm going at this with the utility blade instead is because I don't want to make a bunch of chips. And it looks like it's inevitable. My hands are too fat to do that. stuff and pray that I don't get a bunch of that underneath. So what I'll do is I'll vacuum. I have my Festool vacuum set up for stuff like this. What a mess. Just what a mess that is. So, let's go on. Let's go on over here. Sorry about that. I shouldn't be vacuuming this with the Festool. I usually do jobs like this with others. But it's we're already going. They already have it out. Bring this back out of the way. Now I can set this line. All right. Just gonna check underneath here. Of course. Yep. All right. So. Oh, come on. All right, this puppy needs to be pushed in. Okay. Bring this back. Five and an eighth. And I have an 1/8 inch expansion on the side edge. What's this? this kind of right where I want it. Now I pull back out my stop shims. I just cut 3/16 thick. I ripped the board at 3/16 and then I cut it into small pieces. And instead of laying them sideways, I'm going to lay them vertical. And without moving this at all, I'm just going to slide this into a thicker position and then just put it into the thicker position and slide it until it meets without moving anything. I'll seal my ends here from moving left and right. And yeah, where are we? That's a good stop, I guess. Right over here would be nice. Lovely. Okay. Put that couple over here for left and right movement. Do not want this sliding left and right or going backwards more. So I'm going to, I'll need a little thicker of this shim, sort of in the middle here. There we go. I'll just put a couple of nails in this to stop it from moving in the future. I think I need a little more. What do I have? Let's see. And we have this. Oh. 1 second here. There we go. This will stop this from bellying, and the reason why it's trying to do it is because of this wall. It's just not perfect. It's an old wall. It just needs to be corrected a little bit here. We'll see what we can do about that. to ensure that there is a tight resistance here, so that this doesn't wiggle when I try to install. It's going to be really important. quick break, and I'll come back and I'll re-tack that back wall in. I'll shim this in to make sure it won't move, and then I'll continue building, and hopefully I will get to this wall today. That'll be good for me, you know, maybe even get the rest of that done in there. But for right now, I've been working since 9 o'clock. It's 2:15. I'm taking a break. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you at the next step. Main Man Squanto out. Like and subscribe. That'll help the channel. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate your time. I hope this helped.